Hello everyone, this is Manoj Pathak and I'm standing in front of you to discuss this holistic development project of Great Nicobar proposed by NITI Aayog. And if you are following the newspaper, it is pretty much sure that you must have seen that there was a great furor related to it. So let us first understand what this holistic approach of developing Great Nicobar is. So at first, you must know that the government wants upliftment and complete integration of that region in order to develop that area like the mainland. So what government is doing? It has proposed a terminal port. That seems to be a good thing. It has also proposed a development of an airport terminal that also will lead to development and connectivity of that area. The government proposes to create a gas-based and solar plant that in turn will provide electricity to these people. So overall, if we look at the proposal by NITI Aayog, it looks to us that it can be very much fruitful to us, okay? And some of these things like development of the port terminal, development of airport, development of sources of energy will definitely help that area, we can conclude. But if we look at some more benefits that can accrue because of that, we know that if it happens, then there will be more improved connectivity with the Great Nicobar, which seems to be an isolated island. So the people who are residing there can easily connect with the mainland India, and it will help them to come to these places for their overall growth. The other thing that these projects will give to the people who are local there, they'll get job opportunities, because whenever there is construction of such airport terminal or simply the shipment terminal, it gives lot of jobs. Plus, there will be settlement of some township in order to ensure that these facilities are running smoothly. And when this thing is happening, you know that there will be more job opportunities being created. It will also help with the promotion of the tourism. In turn, that will lead to more job opportunities. Nicobar is placed in an area where we can have cultural exchange with some of our neighbors, and that area will bring cultural diversity from many places to India. Plus, its strategic location will help us to check some of the designs of China that they are trying to have control over some parts of some of the neighbors of India, like Sri Lanka. They are influencing Sri Lanka. So if we look at these benefits, prima facie, yeah, of course, this should be a good move. Then why people are protesting? There should be some reason behind these protests, okay? Because all the things that I talked about, or the policy that we have seen, a little discussion that we have seen, we can say that these things are going to benefit the area. But what kind of area is Great Nicobar? This is an environmentally sensitive area. And this is the problem with this project. The environmentalists are pointing at the environmental impact assessment, the EIA, the environmental impact assessment, that is done in order to ensure that no environmental damage is done to ecologically sensitive areas. But if we look at the report, what is happening? Is the environmental impact assessment report going in the right direction? The way the report has been prepared has come under scrutiny from the experts. People are blaming that the report was mended in order to ensure that all these development activities can be implemented without caring about the nature, which is already stressed out there. So if I talk about this environmental impact assessment, the first problem with this assessment is that the individual who is an expert of ecology and environment has to be present in this environmental impact assessment. The members, one of those has to be this. And it is there, one expert, but the report does not mention what is his field of expertise, whether he's an expert of oceanography, whether he is an expert of an eroding island, or whether he is an expert related to the diversity that is present in the Great Nicobar. So this one problem has raised questions, but the other problems are also there with the preparation of the report. If we talk about the area of the Great Nicobar, this environmental impact assessment report suggests that the area is less than 1,000 square kilometers. But when we look at some other reports, it tells that these figures are not correct. And the other report is also prepared by some department of the government which was taking care of the Great Nicobar. So the first fallacy comes from here. So more doubts arise. When we go little deeper into the report, we see that where the terminal has to be made is Galathea Bay. That is, a national park is there. And it says that there is no presence of coral reef. The report says that there is no presence of coral reef in that area. But contrary to this, the Geological Survey of India has mentioned that a lot of area beyond this Galathea Bay is dotted with coral reefs. So if we are going with the project, it means that we'll be harming already threatened coral reef ecosystem around the region. The other thing is that the report says that no migratory birds had been seen in the past in these areas. But the experts say that almost 40 varieties of migratory birds have visited this area time and again. There are seasonal visits, and these resting grounds for the migratory birds are going to get disturbed. Further, if we look at the report, this report says that there are only faunal species. If we talk about, they mention that there are 330 faunal species in that area in the Great Nicobar, but Geological Survey of India puts forward that there are more than 690 species that are in that area for a very long period of time. So from these erroneous values, some of the facts that we have seen, we can say that probably this report was prepared in haste. And Great Nicobar already a threatened place, a place where a lot of things are endangered because of the nature, because of the anthropogenic activities. And if the government decides to go forward with some of these things, probably will be threatening the ecology, probably will be threatening the inhabitants. So it is important that we look forward to a policy which takes care of these things. At least it is important that government goes back to this thing. Government looks forward to the environmental impact assessment. Though the project can get delayed, but it is important that we do not work on a report which is erroneous. We can take inspiration from some of the old plannings as well. For example, there was a policy in 2015, the Sompen policy of 2015. It was made for the people who reside there, the Sompens, who themselves are very less in number. So we have to see such policies as well. Will we be threatening the inhabitants? Will we be threatening the species, the flora, the fauna, the overall fragile ecology of the Great Nicobar? And as the world is seeing the global climate change, as the world is seeing the global warming, already these islands are under threat. So being a responsible nation, it is more prudent for us to wait for some more time before starting with some of the activities. Why not? We can have another environmental impact assessment. Why not? We can take some more experts on the board so that we can put forward a policy which is win-win situation for the nature, for the people, and that fragile island. Thank you.